Ladies and gentlemen, the long awaited, highly anticipated. Hey man, we're on Monday, and it can only mean I think we got Dave Aronberg on the line.
I'm
hey
back.
Dave, you there?
You know, are the listeners going to get tired of hearing me? That's the question I have at this point.
Well,
it might be too much. Too much Dave Aronberg.
Hey, let me tell you something. I take out the hand pump to blow up that ego. But there's people, they're calling the whale, saying, man, where is that Dave? Who does he do? What is he? You know, they always want something because they're thinking, I'm talking to somebody, from a high-level European team. They got the guy from Ladue.
Yeah, we're French.
Yeah. Well, Dave, you know that I know that you know because that's what you only play with is the select balls at Ladue High with the Rams. That, this ball means something. And you're a stickler for this and that. And if it wasn't specifications met by high standards that you have set, you wouldn't have it. So select ball is the ball. And you may want to tell some of the players, the boys and girls, Rams, about this Nagel College planning. Mention us and you get $50 off. But about how to get in. As a matter of fact, you cannot afford not to have these guys. Plus, with Eddie O at Coolidge.com, QOOLLEGE.com. You mention us, you get $100 off. But with that website, it's met your specifications. United States High School Champions League.com.
USHSCL.com.
That's what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Really cool. The sponsors are great that support us, hitting lots of areas that obviously affect our game. Getting into college, obviously many athletes looking for the best way to do that, and both of those are great sources. I love select soccer balls. We have a lot of kids these days. I call them the PSI police. They're always making sure the balls are pumped up properly, and that's where select comes in. Select balls, they don't lose their air. So
wow.
Whenever the PSI police are patrolling, I can stop them in their tracks with the select soccer ball.
I get it now. Oh yes, I know that gang, man. Oh wow. Yeah, that's really,
yeah.
And they can tell just by those squeeze, just by the little.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I got a finicky group that I'm working with. So
okay then.
Select keeps them in line.
All right then. So you got your 5. You've been planning.
I'm ready. It's 1,000 degrees outside on this Monday, and we're just gonna try to survive.
All right.
I'm ready to go. You ready for me?
I'm ready. You ready? And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The United States High School Champions League starting 11 with Dave Aronberg.
All right. Well, I'm going to start with, this is actually, now it's a little bit old. This happened a couple weeks ago. Spoken about Maddie DiMaria before, but she just won a really cool award ago. When you win the Gatorade National Player of the Year for your sport, you're then invited to the ESPYs, where they have a category, all the national Gatorade winners, and then they pick male athlete and a best female. Lo and behold, St. Louis's own Maddie DiMaria won best female athlete at the ESPYs. So she was there, the whole red carpet, all that stuff. And side note, I'm really good friends with a bigwig at Gatorade, who said he met their family. And one of the things, and I want to say this too, obviously Maddie DiMaria is an amazing person, but his comment to me was one of the consistent things that he sees with all of these national Gatorade Players of the Year is amazing parents. and he was blown away by Maddie DiMaria's parents too. So just really cool, all these awards and accolades for Maddie DiMaria, so well deserved. And we're all going to be rooting for her and wish her well as she moves on in her collegiate year and probably in her national team career. I'm not sure if you were aware of that, Wales. Sometimes the ESPY kind of gets overlooked because it's in the dog days of the summer, but really cool award that she was able to win.
This nose just isn't for good looks. It's to sniff information.
Right. 100%. So then my second story, as we are still in the aftermath of the World Cup and everyone's trying to figure out what happened, what's wrong with America and what happened and what's the solution, and people are, coming up with they're throwing around their 2 cents. The pay-to-play model continues to kind of be brought up, and it got me thinking a little bit deeper because I've had some conversations with some folks about the pay-to-play model. And when you really talk about, I want to kind of take a step away from the pay-to-play model, and I want to really focus in on the academy model, this year-round model. And I want to again explain to listeners. Let's peel the curtain back and let's look at why this was invented in the first place. So the DA, which came out, 2010-ish, somewhere around there, the whole purpose of this year-round academy model was to help create better athletes who would then help our national team. It was seen as, how can we get our U.S. national team to a better place, especially on the men's side. Women's side has been dominant since the get-go, and there's a lot of maybe variables there on the women's side that are different than the men's side, one of them being that America has really opened up pathways for women far before lots of other countries around the world have. But on the men's side, the thought was, hey, we need to have kids playing year-round with their club so that they can get better, so that eventually we will produce more professional players, which will then help our national team out. Okay, my point is, now we are 16 years into this academy. First it was the DA, and then the DA got replaced by MLS Next. But it's been about 16 years. How are we doing? So, if the point was to help our national team out, have we gotten any better on the national team level over their 16 years? If you look at what our national team has done over the last 16 years, so we've had, I guess, 4 World Cups at this point to kind of look, there has not been any marked improvement on what we've done at the World Cup. All right, we're pretty consistently, maybe we get to that group of 16 and then we get bounced. We have not broken through to the top, to the quarterfinals. There was one World Cup where we didn't even qualify. That was in there. So if you look at, if you're actually looking at the metrics for how we are doing, I think it's really hard for the academy system to say what they are doing is helping us. And that was the initial goal of the academy system. Now, what has also happened with the academy system is now they've doubled down and they've expanded the academy system. So instead of focusing in on our 1% players, they've decided to cast an even bigger net. Now they're trying to get 5% players, 10% players, which is really eating into the high school game, which is obviously where my bias lands, and our Champions League that we are talking about lands. And this has really affected the high school game. And so what you now have are people that have said, well, no, the academy system is no longer, it's really not about helping us for the national team. We're just trying to get kids into college now. And look, everyone that plays academy, they're now going to college. And so I'm like, whoa. That was never the problem. So again, you've solved a problem that didn't exist. Okay, we were never saying, man, I wish we could get more American kids into college playing soccer. That was never a problem. But now you have people touting, look, those that are playing in the academy, they're all going to college. And it's kind of like, well, yeah, because that's the system you've set up for this to happen. All these kids were going to college before you had the academy system. So it's really cynical, I think, what's happening at the, how we've kind of moved the goalposts for what a successful academy is looking like. And it's affecting our game. And I'm a bit territorial with that game right now. I don't think we're having enough conversations about if this expansion of the academy is really necessary. And sadly, the first story was about Maddie DiMaria. I don't know how many more Maddie DiMarias we're going to have in the high school game, because I think in the future, probably sooner than later, on the girls' side, they're probably going to go to a year-round model too. And so you're going to be taking all of those best athletes, best players out of our high school game. And again, it's why. Right now, we are not having a problem having girls go to college. So the academy route should be a pro route. There should be that should be the focus. If you want to be a professional soccer player, by all means, go play year round. Like that should be the goal. But when you're seeing in the academy 1% of academy players making it pro, it's like, what's the why? Am I missing something here, Wales? Am I going crazy?
No, man. I the same way as I stopped bouncing myself off the rubber room. I mean, it gets, if we can't have an adult conversation about this, there's no sense in having one.
Yeah. I just it just frustrates me. Honestly, I don't even know.
Oh yeah. You'll
just
get through it. It's a stage. It's a stage you're going through.
Oh man.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Number 3. So we're here.
Just on full disclosure, you listen to these guys and take them anywhere, anyhow, if they ever want to put a mic on you.
Oh yeah. I mean, shoot, I've been on many hostile podcasts talking about this stuff. So yeah. I've been in enemy territory a lot. Topic number 3. Let me settle my blood pressure down a little bit.
Right,
so
good.
we're in the last week of July, which means tryouts are just around the corner.
Yes.
Cue the 115-degree weather, as we knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to hit us at some point.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is a time for me, and I'm going to. This kind of dovetails, piggybacks on what I just talked about too. What can we control? We can't control how clubs are going to do their thing or academies are going to do their thing.
Right.
We can hopefully try to control how the high school part does theirs. And I will say I get frustrated a lot on the high school side when coaches don't do their part. So this is a plea to my fellow coaches. As you start your season, do those things that are going to help spotlight your athletes. So put your schedule online. All right, the Post-Dispatch does a good job of broadcasting people's schedules, but they can only do it if the coaches put their schedules in. So take the 30 minutes, put your schedule in online. All right, on that website, put your kids' rosters online. Put their jersey numbers online. All right, again, help spotlight the kids that are playing high school. It drives me crazy. And Wales, I got to be honest, I think a lot of times it's just plain laziness. There are some coaches that just don't do that stuff. And it's like, it's hard for me to say how cool the high school experience is if we have high school coaches that aren't doing the things to help their athletes out. So that's my plea to my fellow coaches.
Yeah, there's a student manager waiting in the wings just to be able to do that for you.
Yeah, it's really not that hard. I mean, we're talking 30 minutes in the preseason. Just do it. Next thing, as we go into tryouts for the players, there's going to be a lot of different races that we're running. All right, some of you guys are going to be trying out for the varsity team. Some of you guys are going to be, maybe JV or C team is going to be where your level's at. In whatever case, you're getting a chance to represent your high school. So do whatever you have to do at whatever level you have and go all in. All right, and I think we're kind of reaching an age right now where it's become varsity or bust, and kids kind of, oh man, I'm not on varsity, what does this even mean? And my thing is, it means a lot. So whatever level you're at, you were getting a chance to represent your high school. That's fantastic.
That's right.
So, that would be my advice to the players as they're reaching the tryouts. And then my last one is for the parents. These 4 years fly by, When you become a parent of a senior, it's like, oh my gosh, like here we are. So as a parent, enjoy the ride. It's different than club, and it's like that on purpose. I don't think one's better or worse. I just think they're different environments. Have fun with it, because it does end. And when it ends, it can be emotional. So I think, on senior night, there's a lot of crying senior parents, when they realize that the end is near. So enjoy the ride for the 4 years. So that would be my 5 right there, Wales.
Wow. Well, man, just stunning goosebumps. I'll start from the last one. I cannot emphasize enough. When you go on senior night, really give your mom a good hug or your dad a good shake. You know what I mean?
Right.
Really, really do it up. It's for that one moment and that one night, So really have it out for all your seniors. And to know that, hey, man, this is type of stuff. I'm 69 years old, and we're still talking about the B team state championship we won.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's a real thing. And stats, hey, get the manager to write the stats, man. And so a shot that's so high it almost hits a pigeon, do not mark that as a shot on goal, please. Well, go ahead if you got to.
And it's also not a save either, goalie. Don't pad those goalie stats either, Wales.
All right then. All right. So I'll get out when I'm ahead here. So I want to thank you, Dave, and the Ladue Rams. They have a little diamond in the rough with you over there. So the best to you and yours, and good luck in all you do, and go Rams. And so,
appreciate it, Wills.
Yeah. So
Stay cool this week.
I promise I won't leave. I got a 70-degree chill factor here, and I ain't moving. So,
Perfect.
So the story goes is that, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the United States National High School Champions League starting 11 or thereabouts with Dave Aronberg and Kevin Whalen. So long, Dave.
All right. Have a good one.